All right, good morning. Looks like more of the same here starting out. Sideways price action, just what we saw yesterday. Still narrow range day on the weekly in the area of the prior weekly narrow range day, looking at the SPX, the cash here. So we can see the sideways action here, and we don't really get pre-market data on this. We have to go to the spiders and S&Ps, which we'll take a look at to see where they're at. And we can see the futures here just down a little bit. Not a big deal. Call it uncertainty about the impeachment. China, again, there was news this morning about weak economic data from China. So that was the excuse that the markets are down a little bit, which at this point, I don't think they have to say something just to put news out there. And, markets are consolidating the gain. Right? Several weeks up, did make new all-time highs, and it's resting. So that's what it's been doing for the last week, and maybe that's what it's going to continue to do today. Exactly right. Digesting gains. And as it's doing that, you can see the sentiment here is starting to come off of that extreme level, which is a positive. And I guess the breadth declining like this is what it should do as the market is chopping sideways. However, it topped out over here. Look at where my cursor is, folks. It topped out, the cursor over here. It topped out back there where the move first started and then started to deteriorate as it went up. That's not a positive. In any event, you can't fight what's going up and acting bullishly, but we look at these market internals and see what they're saying as a guide, where they gave a great, hey, this is overcooked over here, and this is overcooked on the upside over here. And over here, where we really don't have that alignment, we always say, well, we have to just discount that, but sentiment being this high, I have to respect the fact that these wrong way option traders historically are wrong probably 99% of the time. So while the market isn't dropping, it's not going up. So those options are decaying. Now, let's take a look at other markets. What makes McClellan intermediate? Well, short term, we could just look at the day-to-day, which is down here, day-to-day breadth. And you could see up here, where it pokes up to a higher level. That's what you want to see it do as a market breaks out, or on a breakdown, you want to see that participation. But as you can see here, day to day, it's virtually like nothing's going on. So this is the difference between two exponential period moving averages. So what this is telling us, right, other than just looking at this one line, is that now that it's below zero, it's telling us that the 19 period exponential moving average is below the 39, which, just looking at moving average theory analysis, if you were looking at a stock, it tells you that there's deterioration, right? A shorter term moving average goes below a longer term moving average. Momentum is slowing down. And we can see that momentum is slowing down. But momentum began to slow down on this move higher here, which really it shouldn't do. So that's what's happening. And now that it gets down near this minus 100, right, like when we see it get down to the zero line while it's higher, we look for some kind of an advance. And we got a small one, and then it went flat again. So now as it moves down here to minus 100, and the sentiment, as you can see, it poked up yesterday to a higher level, not an extreme, but a higher level. Maybe this comes down, and that's where the markets break out. So, these internals do give us objective reference points to the past, to say, hey, what, this market not likely to rip to the upside, but as these start to deteriorate, get to more neutral levels, that is when you can kind of say the fuel in the tank has been refilled, and a breakout would make sense. So we'll see how it unfolds. Right now, it does act bullishly. There's buyers on dips, but they can't take it very high at all. Let's go to diamonds. So the Dow has been the strongest. You all know Disney had, that amazing move yesterday, brought on 10 million subscribers and so on. That's probably going to be overcooked for a while, but as far as moving too far, too fast. But the Dow poked up here, a little peekaboo up there to new all-time highs. Nice reversal on the gap. So that's positive. And it's got this shelf of support down here. Spiders, just hanging in the trading range, just kind of regurgitating what we've been talking about for the last week of trading range. Buyers on the dip. And Qs, same story. Right? They made their peekaboo new all-time high day before yesterday, and they gapped down, and it was bought, and just slowing momentum on the weekly. And again, same story. S&P. All right, so starting off the day a little bit of selling, nothing to get excited about or worried about. Just scrunching it up. It's just a mess. We had that little dip, and it rallied back up. It was kind of crazy price action yesterday. Looked like it was going to tank through the bottom of the base, and it rallied right back up again, and then just chopped around and tried to go down near the end of the day, and you can see where it's at, right? A lot of running in place, going nowhere. And Qs, maybe a little bit weaker, right? Well, it's just a narrow range, narrow body doji going nowhere, weak. But it does make sense after these amount of days up, but the market won't crack. When I say crack, it doesn't mean that this trend is over. It just means, hey, a normal correction within this upward move. So let's see. This bottoming tail from day before yesterday. I'm just going to put another line up here. So we'll see. It looks like where it's maybe grinding its way down to, and we'll see what buyers do when it gets there. The next level isn't far away, so that historically means more chop and, jiggles back and forth. Dow was the strongest. It's a little weak this morning, but big deal. Had the big run up, a little breakout failure right here. You can see the big or larger green bar followed directly down by a red bar. That's going to create uncertainty and bring in some sellers. And it has, but okay, there's a topping tail and nobody's dumping. So it continues to have bullish price action. The Russell had its little dip yesterday. We got a little piece of that at the end of the day with a 2-minute breakout failure where it got to resistance. It was a nice little trade for the end of the day. And this has a more, I don't know about ominous. That's what came to mind. I wouldn't really say ominous, but more bearish, rounding kind of a top where you see that the pokes up get rejected, and the poke up got rejected, and that poke up got rejected. And now it violated some support here, but it recovered. So this is not a pattern. I'm going to say not to be trusted too much as far as going lower until we see a little bit more deterioration, if that is in the cards, of some of the other markets. And as you can see, it's, up at the level, the trading range that it's been in, and it would make sense for it to have some kind of a pullback. One of our conversations during the week was, hey, look, that's what it's done each time, is drop back down to the bottom of the base. If this end of year seasonal bullishness is going to follow through, well, maybe we're going to have some chop here for a while and then new highs. So sideways trading ranges are pictures of uncertainty. So at this point, we're uncertain about which way it's going to go. But, sideways trend, uptrend. If it can hold above this level here, we'll give the benefit of the doubt to buyers that they're going to step up and push it higher. So it's a kind of a more wait and see as the markets digest what's going on here. And get rid of that. Oil's up here a little bit. No big deal. Sideways. They got out of this little range that we were looking at. And we'll see if it can keep its head above the range there. Bonds. We talked about this potential turn here and putting a little pressure on the market, and it put a little pressure, and it's up more here today. So far, the market doesn't care about, the bonds lifting up and rates moving down for the moment, but they're in a downtrend. So maybe they're just discounting how far they can get. You can see the 10-year has pulled back from where there was a lot of focus up around there to see if it could get through 2%, and it couldn't. So it's pulling back here towards some support, and we'll see. We keep an eye on all of these to see which way things are going, get a heads up. And for the last week or so, everything has been kind of just been a yawn. I mentioned yesterday to look for this to stabilize, try and move up, and it was able to do that. And now it's just getting kind of choppy again, just jiggling around. So this is an environment to be nimble, to not be the frog in the blender, have wider stops on positions that look like they can continue to move one way or another, and don't get chopped up. Trying to trade larger positions with smaller stops is likely to do exactly that, cut you up in this market. So a lot of jiggles. So that's it, guys. That's it for me. As I mentioned there in the room a little while ago, I got to step out for a little bit, but I should be back shortly. Over to you, Dan.
All right. Good morning, folks. All right. Our opens look fine, so let's go right to gappers. Our KHC actually is gapping against us. We entered that one yesterday with a big stop, got downgraded by Goldman and somebody else. So you know what? Today with this gap down, we need to leg into a covered call. So I will do that for us. XNet 72 cents down here at $5. eBay is on my short watch list. It's, bearish gap, couldn't take out the high, little sell setup, breakdown, another little sell setup, room to fall on the weekly. TROV looks like a little penny stock toy. If you got a double bottom right here, that would be tradable. I don't trade little things like that, but the pattern is setting up okay. Target here up with positive Walmart earnings, but I like this one. Let's put that on our list. Here's the Walmart. That was a bullish close yesterday. If any of you said, hey, I like it, and I would say, well, the charts, I would favor the long side. Now, of course, it could have gapped under here. We never know. But that's a bullish daily, weekly, monthly. Rita, that sounds like a bio. Gapping down here a little bit from an M top. Extended weekly, that would be a call spread candidate. CGC, this was on my long watch list with this big wide range bar last Friday, and the whole sector gave it up. McGraw, yeah, it looks good, and that's the exact way to play it, in my opinion. Earnings, if you want to take a directional bias with premiums high, you do a debit spread. That's exactly right. So these pot stocks just are not ready. This monthly, yeah, I mean, look at these things. Wow, I went from 0 to 60. Wow. I mean, this thing can come all the way back down to 10 bucks. Why not? It's just in a free fall with no support. Ugly, ugly. Strangle, okay. So that means you're long out of the money calls and puts, expecting a big move. Oprah, 1170. That's a bullish gap, but too big. Too big for my liking. Plug. Wow, look at this monthly. That's had a number of reverse splits, it looks like. You know, that's worth watching on a pullback. Nothing to do with it now. 29.27, big gap, but already up 4 bars. I'd be selling into that if I were long it. Whiskey Bravo getting its clock cleaned. That's a bearish gap with room to fall, maybe 30-minute low. PRSP, I can't tell what it's doing, and tap, no pattern, gap down, filled the gap. T-Tech, I can't see volume, I don't know what it's doing. NAV, I can't, no volume. HI, no volume, no pattern. Delta, it's not earnings, but the news was an insider sold $30 million worth of stock, but no pattern. QGen, gapping up again. I'd be selling into that strength. Pump, 760. No pattern. CHNG, no volume, can't tell what it's doing. Beezer down $1. That's a bearish gap. Yeah, that one's nice. That's a bearish gap to watch. That has room for a day trade short. AOBC, they said they're going to be spinning off their Smith & Wesson division to make it public. BIAB 2260, no pattern. Citra, no pattern, nasty downtrend. Penny stock, no interest. CTRA, same thing. ALT, penny stock, no interest. SPH, I don't know what it's doing. We need more volume. IGT, gapping up a little bit, but that was a nasty breakdown. I have no interest in that. Walmart, we looked at. Ping, 1980. The gap's too big. Now, hypothetically, if it were gapping right here, it would be a tier 1 gap, because then we got our price void, and it's gapping right over resistance. SI, this is a recent IPO. Gapping up again. We're gonna have to keep an eye on that on a pullback. Disney just down a little bit, but man, I missed that rally yesterday. Wow. Right before noon. Then it had a bear sandwich right there. Strength all day long. Gapping down. It's in a downtrend. TEN, garbage. Cisco, this is a bearish gap. Gapping under this entire base here on the daily, so I have that in the upper right. Yeah, that's why, you know, I don't care. I don't even listen to the earnings news. It's just meaningless to me. All I care about is the stock picture. India. I don't know what it's doing, but it sure got clocked the last 2 days. Payc is on my long watch list. The ideal entry was, today's Thursday, was Monday. These are leftover now, so I'm done with all mine. Wow, look at that yesterday. This has room on the monthly. 70, 75, $80. If we get a 1, 2, 3, then we will buy this tomorrow. IFF. All right, this is one I posted yesterday to say you can buy today over yesterday's high. That looks good. On DVA, still, we'll keep an eye on that still. DXC, kind of a 1, 2, 3. Coffee shop yesterday, earnings. Qto over those highs was a good trade. FISV, we entered yesterday long. MR, we entered yesterday long. ESNT looks good over the high. All-time highs, that looks great. BlackBerry, we're keeping an eye on for possible earnings trade, and now we're into the marijuana stocks. These are all leftovers. And so we're done. I'm done early with the gappers. All right, spiders. Yeah, so I with the gap down. Q's the weakest. So day trade short. I like the Q's. Maybe IWM, but I think I like Q's better today. Gap into this range. If it can't bounce for 10, 15 minutes, then day trade short. You know, not a huge target, but start out with a day trade. Look at these reversals. These were buyers. Wow. Yeah, exactly. It's the going on earnings. It's the going forward. Absolutely. Let's look at our opens now then, since we have time. I'm noticing Deer is the 5-minute low held yesterday, but now it's gapping down again. That was a breakout failure. Charlie Echo, we're long stock. Checkpoint. We have a covered call that expires tomorrow, the 115s. CVE, we're long stock. FISV, we added yesterday. HRBSF, little pot stock we got into 2 days ago. Jabil, core trade, covered call. And both NVIDIA's earnings after the bell. But we have covered calls and their core trades. NVIDIA and Jabil, we're going to have to roll those tomorrow. MR, Microsoft, we're long stock. I moved the stop to yesterday's low. Nike, we're long stock. Oh, nice close yesterday. Now we can move stop here. About 90.28. All right, NVIDIA looks fine. Par, we're long stock. Rad, long stock, and it is just hovering there. It does not look good though. STX, long stock. SKX, long stock. 2, TWO, long stock. UNVR. The stop's under 23, but it's not looking good at all. Work, long stock. It's a 1, 2, 3. That actually you can add. Looks good. And finally, X. We have a put spread. So that is it. Market opening here in a second. No, sawing's done. I fixed it all. They had to replace a pipe. All right, so our gappers here. Cisco, Beezer. Look at our FISB. I had here in the bottom right. Oh, nice little gap. You know, maybe we should leg into a covered call on that if the market's going to be weak. The 150, well, you got to go all the way up to December. 115s are $1.90. Earnings 2.6. You know what? Let's do it. Let's sell the December 115 for $1.90. Yes, that's, yeah, absolutely it is. Yeah, I like it, Jason. I like it. You could buy it, stop over under yesterday's low, target 60 plus. Target, maybe 30-minute high. Let's also check a put spread. It's KHC. Let's leg into a call. These calls are only 40 cents. Wow, Beezer, look at Beezer, filled the gap. Ripping. I'm going to hold off on KHC. Wow, that's what we call a bear gap that bullies. David, yeah, we entered MR yesterday. Yeah, KSS looks great, Jason. Nice find there. You know, market's still, we got impeachment hearings, we got trade wars, them, you know, saying, oh, we aren't making good progress. And the market just wants to go higher. Look at this. So my bearish bias is now off as of now. Look at the diamonds. That's a bullish 1, 2, 3 if we close right here to all-time highs. I can't believe that. Gap negated, gap negated, bottoming tail, bullish gap breakout. Wow. That's bullish. Oh, our Microsoft is rocking. Amazon perking, but no pattern. No. Tesla, no pattern. Apple still looks higher. Somebody asked me in a MT Live yesterday, is it ready to sell a call? And I'm like, it's extended, but it still looks higher. Look at these moving averages. Wow. That's a visual sign of getting extended. And WDC, I'd be careful on the shorts with the market popping here. CYRX. Yeah, bottoming pattern. Yeah, with a price void, monthly buy setup. I like it. Yeah, it looks like it'll just be a churner, but it looks good. Yeah, no, I like it. The stop would be yesterday's low on CYRX. Yeah, it can be tighter, would be under that shelf. Yeah, under this bar, 1447. Yep, I agree, because it shouldn't go that deep into yesterday's bar. All right, I'll give it. I like it. Disney. Yeah, it's just I can't chase that unless you're just day trading it and trading like the 15-minute chart. Yeah, you could buy it, stop low. But it's just not my style to, buy something that far from the 20 as a swing. But it looks good. And TTD, we were watching on a pullback. It's down a couple, $4, 3 and change. And it's just a blip though on the daily. All right, Charlie Echo, CVE, we have a half lot. SKX, Skechers, so that's retail that we're in. FL. Oh, the deer dog held. Cisco here. Cisco, it's 942. It looks like a short. Short stop pre-market highs. It tried to break out and now topping tail. That sure looks lower. Adobe, David, yeah, on Disney, sure. Go through the rest of these steps though. Tell me what strikes, what month, and what the premium is. Adobe here, I've been watching as a put spread. Maybe tomorrow over today's high, we can do a put spread for next week. Boeing, I posted as a put spread over this 367.11, and it didn't trigger. Watching, I think Alex is in this already, Golf Hotel. Looks higher, it's breaking out here, price void. Also put spread candidate. But there's no weeklies. Has juice though, 65s are very juicy. Let me check earnings. It's 310. Yeah, let's do the 65s. Now market cues are having a bearish intraday reversal here. $65.55 is $1. So let's do that. If you can get filled, that's fine. The only reason I didn't do 65.60, oh no, I that was going to be my choice, McGraw. And the only reason I didn't is because the 60s are 25 by 75. They're too spready. And now that I see that the jerk just dropped the bid on the 65s. But so, now the midpoint's only 75 because of that. But don't chase it. We have EFNT, Robinson, ESNT. Yeah, this ESNT. Let's buy yesterday's high, stop yesterday's low, or today's high rather. Stupid Microsoft wanted to just reboot my computer. I hate that. Idiots. And I also had IFF posted. Yes. Hey, this looks great now. 133.13. Well, let's see if we can do options. Two spreading. And on the put side, yeah, two spreading. This trade came from one of you all yesterday. Looks good. Yeah, definitely. Absolutely. In fact, Alex, it's one of those things that might go without us as long as the market's holding. You could buy it yesterday's high. Yesterday's high, 52.44. Yeah, I like it. I'm going to give it. Let me look at my girl. Oh, you're doing a call debit spread. Okay. But give me a second. Crowd. Let me also check a put spread in crowd. The calls are way too spready for debit spread. For put spread. Man, it's spready, but I like it. The 48s are 55 by 85. The midpoint, 48.45 is 45 cents. I'm going to give that. Let me check earnings. I forgot to do that. 12.5. Okay. All right, here we go on that. Yeah, that's a perfect put play. Yeah, but Nike's actually a 1, 2, 3, Robert. If it closes here, and you can add tomorrow over today's high. You got a weekly buy setup on minor support. It's in the, it has been acting weird. Amazon looks strong today. Yeah, just for a day trade, it's a big old mess on the daily. Look at Beyond. Remember Debbie asked me, was it bottoming? Who knows? It could be. I like the bottoming tail. I can tell by looking at this that it's, a breakout intraday. Let's check a put spread on this bad boy. Just eyeballing it there. 76s, 75s. Well, there's good juice. 75.70. Let me check earnings. 127, we're good. 76. Yesterday's low. 77. Yeah, let's do this. Let's do 76s. Or no. 76s. Yeah, 76.60. Oh, the stop right there, 75.96. I have Beyond loaded. I'm just watching it here for a second on the 5-minute chart. Let's put him right here. And I'm looking at the 76.70s. They're 61 cents right now. Hey, AXP. That's a buy setup. That's worth watching. Yeah, we did too. We sold into strength on the bear gap down day. No, today. But it gapped down. Why would you not give it 5-10 minute? And see if it held. All right, Beyond is coming in here. So actually, let's do this now. Well, I got it loaded. I'll just keep an eye on it. Now 67 cents. Q's popping. Spiders popping. I was watching this yesterday, and then I stopped watching it because, the gap failed. Oh, Target. Target would be a put spread under yesterday's low. 107. It must have earnings because, wow. It has a $7 expected move. well, actually 7:55 by next Friday, 8 days. Let's see about, you know what? This one might be worth the gamble, like we did on that TWOW. $100 puts. $195 is 50 cents. Hey, McGraw raised his hand. Look at that. All right, so I'm going to watch that. 195. That might be worth the risk. Oh yeah, you want to do a directional? That's an idea. Let me check that out. And I like that's 878. So it's giving $2. It's giving $2 of time decay. But that means that it can go $2 against us, and we don't lose any money. Yeah, no, I understand. Into earnings, that's what you do. So we're risking $8.80 to make $6.20. That's the math. Whereas if you do a put spread, you're risking $4.50 to make 50. I'm gonna give it. I like it. Beyond came in hard, so I'm glad I held off on that. Adobe, let me look. I guess posted that to the weekly options traders just as an idea. Cisco still breaking lower. Yeah, that was a nice short this morning. I had eBay on my list, but it's holding here. EL. I don't like the way it trades. You mentioned Adobe though. Oh yeah, Adobe looks great. Yeah, let's do a put spread now. Let me check for next week, 288. Yep, I like it. Let's do Adobe. I'm going to do the 287.50. And then the 280. All right, let me look, Jason, posting this. Beyond. I would wait for a retest on Beyond myself. Beyond. Let's see, the 5 minute. It came in kind of hard. If you want to do a half lot, I'd prefer a little retest, but I can see it. You know, it's a bottoming pattern, so I guess I have less confidence in them. Why not 207? Look at this MJ, the pot stocks. Wow. Let's see. What are you asking me, Fabio? Why not 207? What stock are you asking me about? With the second half. Yeah, it looks fine. I like the 2-bar reversal in the weekly. Kind of the field, reverse heading shoulders, left shoulder, head, right shoulder. Yeah, I like it. I think it looks fine right here in VCR. There's no weeklies, unfortunately. I'm gonna use my pen Roku. Yeah, there's nothing to do with that. TTD, that's too extended for me. FICO. Yes, look at Beyond. See, that's exactly why I said I prefer a retest. Yeah, FICO's holding well. Spotty, that's too light volume for us to give. Look at that, only 15,000 in the first hour. Cream holding well. Just because something's holding well doesn't mean it's a tradable pattern. Our work now we can move the stop to yesterday's low. Give it 40.08. Yeah, work looks great. Thing could go to 45 bucks. No, it's not 12 cents. It's look, 40.11, so it's only 3 cents. But yeah, sometimes I would go 12, just give it a little more, or just, so one stupid extra sell-off try it, might save you. Oh, gotcha. Well, also it depends on how liquid the stock is and what its stock price is. Just the same 12 cents, like on Google, I'll give it an extra $1 or so. For obvious reasons, 1 or 2 extra, but let's see if any of these are shaping up. XNet is garbage. eBay, I'm sure you'll tell us when it's shaping up. Rita, wow, that's gotten clobbered. Remember I said this morning it might be headed to 10 bucks? Plug, we got to watch it pull back, but I don't like the gap and crap. Whiskey Bravo's damaged. Intel, who was neutral this morning. T-Tech, mess, nav. Chung would be a put spread. These are, wow, that's the old bearish gap that bullies. That's in pain. Walmart coming in. Man, look at that from its IPO. We gotta watch that on the pullback. Cisco still looks lower. Look at that. I sure wish I gave it a 5-minute low earlier, and then we'd be up close to $1 already. It looks lower right now. That would be getting on board a moving train, and you could have a stop over this. So here, Alex, I round up again, 44.96. Just make it 45.02-ish. That we have to watch on a pullback. IFF, I gave over the high. DVA, that's bullish consolidation. That's just far from the 20. DXC, oh, this looks good. If it closes like this tomorrow over today's high, coffee shop would be a put spread candidate, but you aren't going to get anything for the 19s. QTO still moving up. The entry was yesterday though. ESMT, I posted over the high, and it looks like it triggered. Yeah, 54.26. Yeah, but it had no volume. We already talked about it. Yeah, I like the, there's no volume. 19. Yeah, that's too low unless it's a core trade. But I wouldn't mind a put spread. Let me see if there's anything for the 320s. Markets might have topped out here for the morning. That's too spready. FICO. ARNC. Yeah, I like it. And you know what? We had this as a 1, 2, 3, and I think I canceled it. Or are we in it? No, we're not in it. I must have canceled it, but yeah, it looks good. Splunk. Nope, no clue. No, we're back profitable now. Thank you. NVIDIA's neutral, waiting for earnings. Par. Oh, this rad dog held our stop by a few pennies. SKX, STX, 2, UNBR. And that held the stop by a few pennies. We had it CYRX today. ESMT, target. All right, so everything's updated. Yeah, what is he? What exactly? What is going to come out of his mouth that people don't know already? What's he going to say different? January. What AMT you're talking about? Yeah, that's not a pattern I like. That's just bouncing in a downtrend. This Jable, we're short the 38.5 calls. So that's perfect so far. We'll have to roll them tomorrow. Well, we'll either roll them or let them expire worthless. Yeah, I think we're done for the morning here, coming on 11 o'clock. I had a subscriber just email me asking, hey, Dan, is this a bearish 1, 2, 3? And I said, no, because this is a green bar instead of a red bar. But I said, it's what we call a GBI, a green bar ignored. And I said, with the big space here, it's kind of normal to keep chopping around. CYRX. Yep, taking out the low. That's these bottoming patterns. That's what happens with them. IFF still looking good. Crowd triggered. All right. HPQ, let me look. Oh, one of you mentioned Dell earlier. Let me look at both of those. Let's see. In TIFF, L, TIFF, L, not sure what you're asking. HPQ. Ooh, I don't like that pattern. And then somebody asked about Dell earlier. Yeah, I like Dell much better than HPQ. Dell, remember if you were trading in the 90s, Dell was an amazing story and trading stock where it just ran up, stock split, ran up, stock split. I think I've traded a dozen stock splits in Dell. Yep, Gateway, GTW. Yep, CPQ. I traded them all. Absolutely. Absolutely. Remember Gateway? They had the pictures of the cow on the big boxes. They had the cow design. I never owned a compact. Yeah, no, I never owned a Gateway. I owned a compact before. Man, this Roku is an amazing recovery from the gap. Wow. Remember one of you asked me about shorting it? I don't know if it was in the room or somebody emailed me. No, I think it was in the room yesterday. And I said, no. I said, look at that 15-minute chart. I said, it's just powering. There's no reversal. So I'm glad I hopefully kept you out of a bad trade. I think I said at a minimum, wait for a double top on the 15. I'm good for you. You could just trail pivots. It looks higher. Oh dear, let's see if I can do a covered call on this. Let's do one of these. Hey, Marlene. Good, and you? Great. All right, thanks. Yes. All right, bye. What did Trump do now? Choose new low. We're sidelined here. Careful. Oh, really? Let me put them on. I got commercials right now. Yeah, now we look lower. Looks like you can short a bounce now. Merely. Seriously, like what are you gonna say? Enough already, I agree. But yeah, Q, I like Q's short on a bounce. And Roku is still powering up. What a beast. Or X put call. What's X? It stops under here, but it's not acting right. 1283. It's about to stop itself. But at a profit, we have the 11/8. That's an ugly gap. You could still close it out at 18 cents, and we still made greater more than 50% of max profit, even though, well, we entered on this gap day, but it still went against us from our entry, making money. Yeah, I'll just let it hit. That's the stop's 1282. So you can get out though for 19 cents. And that's just closing the short put. If you do the spread, you'll get out. Yeah, boom, we're out. So the midpoint, although, yeah, the midpoint shows 14 cents, but there's no way you'll get 14. So I'm going to close it at 17. Marriott wants to break out. Yeah, it's worth watching. I said, it's resistance, so I'd like it to go sideways more, but it's definitely worth watching. PG added, slob out. Yeah, we actually had a put spread over this green bar's high in XOP, and I canceled it. All right, well, I am headed to the gym. Any last questions here? Yeah, this is breaking out. Had a nice gap, nice consolidation here at resistance. It looks good. I'll watch it into the close, but relative strength, it didn't budge on the market sell-off. It looks good. Yeah, I'll give Powell a call on the way to the gym.